A lot of people ask me about what Tradovate ATM settings I'm using. So I wanted to make this short video real quick just to kind of show you some options and show you how to use the ATM settings on Tradovate to capitalize a little bit better, deal with the trailing drawdown on some of these prop firms, and of course, protect your profits by hopefully catching some more of the move. So all pretty short, all pretty simple. This is where we're sitting at for the month of November, coming up on a 6-figure month. Mind you, 99% of this is with, 2 to 4 micros, most of it being 3. But if the market wasn't optimal or my connections were being janky, I did 2 smaller ranges in different sessions. I was doing bigger ones, like 4. But for the most part, not to say I haven't been human, most of this has been accomplished with about 3 micros. So we're going to talk about exactly what settings I'm using and kind of just to give you an idea on today's price action, what that looks like in general. So as we know, this was New York Open. The market tanked down all night, all yesterday. Obviously, beautiful sells all the way. I've really been working hard on not trading other sessions, so trying to stick to the 2 to 3 a day. I'm still a work in progress. I'm hitting it 80% of the time, maybe 90. If I do decide to go back in, it's typically on one account or something, but never on all of them. So to give you an idea, mind you, if we're looking right here to the right, okay, I wish this little video software had a nice little circle, but that's the 733s. Okay, so by the time we wick up, which was a hefty wick, right? 745s up to 62s, it's 20 points. By the time we're breaking down into here, we got 719, all the way down into here, we've got 620. That's huge, right? That's almost 100 points. It's an 80-point move to the downside. So just to give you an idea, not all New York Opens have that much volume. Obviously, we had another bajillion points back up, 500 points back up on the day. Well, more than that by far, actually. But again, just to zoom in to kind of see how I use this exactly on these 2 trades this morning. And of course, you can decide what to do from there. So your trades, your settings, your reasons for entry are going to be different. But to give you an idea, I've got a couple of different setups here, settings here that I use. The one I've been using the most is the 30-point stop loss with 3 partials. So I'm going to go over what that looks like. This is not the best software to show you exactly how it appears on the chart, but we can go over the settings first and foremost. So I'm going to start by saying there's no such thing as perfection. I've been doing trade management for a long time with a program called cooltradingtools.com. I use that on MT4, MT5. When I say it's the best software in the world, I mean it's the best, because if you're confident on your trade, small time frame or large, you can take the position. It determines the risk, so it determines like your contract sizes, your lot sizes, and then it manages it all by itself. You don't have to worry about glitches or nothing. Like, you just take the trade, it's going to do the things it wants to do, all very programmable in terms of like a bajillion different trail methods and exit methods and stops and take profits and multiple partials, the whole 9. So I do have a lot of experience using programs like this on other platforms. So now that I've said that, let's talk about Tradovate and features. Number 1, there's no such thing as perfect. One set of settings is going to work great on, the sessions like this week. Some settings are going to work better in Asian. Some settings are going to, have to be adaptable based off of market conditions. This is not ATR based, so deciding I only want to risk 30 points isn't always viable. Like, sometimes the market's moving so much a 30-point stop loss is stupid. You need a little bit more room than that, because it's the ATR on that day is, let's say, 50 or 60 or 50 or 100 for a 5-minute chart. That's a huge ATR. You're going to need more room. So take that with a grain of salt. This is just what I'm using now. I'd like to have closer to 10 or 20 points on a slower moving market, but right now we have a lot of volume, a lot of momentum going on in the market, so we need a little bit more. 30 points, 30-point stop loss, 3 partials. You'll notice these are all very, very comparable, but you'll notice my stop loss is set to, what is that? Exactly 30 points. Then I have 3 different targets, right? This is a 1-to-1, technically. This is a little bit better than a 1 point, it's not even a 1.5, a little better than 1.5 to 1. And then of course we have nearly over a 3-to-1. Granted, for the most part, these take profits aren't being hit because of my middle management, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. But before I get there, let's talk about break even. I understand that if you have a trailing drawdown like Apex does on their funded and their evals, or like Take Profit Pro does once you get to the first pro level account, there's quite a few other brokers, obviously. If you're buying any of those prop firms, please check out our link tree. Use code 6FTC, DM me. It's all on the website, sixfiguretradingcoach.com, but check it out. Either way, if you're using a trailing drawdown prop firm, please, 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 for the love of God, consider using this. It sucks. It sucks the mostest when you get knocked out, but otherwise, I honestly don't think having a break even is optimal for trading big picture. As you can see, I have it set pretty far, and I do end up having it on, but as you notice, I've loosened it up quite a bit, so worst case, it's not coming back toward me, and I can at least get back in if I need to. But in general, we have to know that this is a mitigation tool. That's all it's doing. I'm mitigating risk. It's not optimal. I hate getting knocked out. It is going to happen, but it's meant to protect you. So take it with a grain of salt. Choose if you want to use a break-even setting. The profit trigger is saying, hey, 80 ticks, right? Which is, what is that? I can think. Hold on. 80 ticks is 20 points. I know that. Sorry for my bad math in public. I'm going to protect just a couple, right? I'm protecting just enough to cover the fees. That's all I'm protecting. So a little bit better than break even. Obviously, we've got over here and then 180. So it depends on kind of where you want to do that. Mine is always based off of the size of what these targets are. So you have a lot of options in here. I'll go over some of those in a second. But first, I wanted to show what mine were. This right here is the trail. This is my secret sauce. For the most part, I do my best not to close out of this. Now, granted, you've got me on video saying sometimes I get greedy. The trade is moving in my favor. I don't want to get knocked out too quick, so I close that trail. Worst decision ever, because most times it comes back to entry anyway. So I have these set for a reason. When I let them do their job, obviously I'm not going to catch the entirety of the move, but I'm going to catch a lot of it based off of these settings. So to give you an idea, that stop loss equals 12 ticks away from the profit trigger of 60 points, right? Well, 60 ticks. That's really only 10, 15. It's 15 points, right? So 15 points, I'm locking in. It's 3 points back. My stop loss will be 3 points back, and every 3 points is going to keep moving up by 3 points. That's what this means. So right here at 15 points, my stop loss is going to start trailing by 3 points. And then again, after that, we've got 3 points. Every time it moves up by 3, it's going to move up by 3, by 3, by 3, by 3. That's what these settings right here mean. So my first one is going to knock me out pretty quick. My second one, obviously a little bit slower. My third one, a little slower than that. So best case scenario, I'm going to optimize on a huge move. Worst case scenario, I'm locked in, I've closed out of a lot, and I'm kind of capitalizing on the rest. So this is my favorite to show you what this right here is stop loss type. I'm currently using auto break even and auto trail. You can try auto break even, trailing stop limit. I've played with some of these. I don't love how they function, nor do I love how they mirror with mirroring software. So be careful with the trailing stop limits. It tends to get pretty tricky and things tend to flop a lot. I spent a lot of months in trial and error and money proving that this doesn't work well. So take that with a grain of salt. Do your own testing, obviously. But if you're mirroring between a lot of accounts externally, please don't use this one. It took me probably 40 days to realize this was a problem. I know, it's sad, but it's true. So I'm currently using auto break even and auto trail. If I were to use a different one, it would be auto trail. I would probably not be playing with most of the other ones. So up here, we've got TP and stop loss only, take profit only. Obviously, that's kind of self-explanatory. And then there you go. To give you an idea, while I stay on this one, if I were to take more than the 3 targets I have, just so you guys know, because I didn't know this, so you guys get to learn through my expensive lessons and trial and error, is if I took 4, for example, this first one is going to be the one that has 2 contracts. If I took 5 contracts in this trade, this first one is going to have 3 contracts that it is going to have a stop loss here, take profit here, and this is going to trail out you pretty quickly. So just so you know, if you ever take more than the amount of partials you have, it always leans to the first one. And then the opposite is true if you take less. So if I use these settings and I only take 2 contracts, it is the last targets that are not going to activate. It's always 1 and then 2. So it goes in order. So just so you know, if you ever use a number that you don't have that many targets set to, on the plus side, it always goes to 1. On the minus side, you start losing target 3, target 2, etc., etc. So this is my tried and true, my best one. If the market was moving a little slower, I would love to use this one, but I feel like 25 points is still a little tight. It doesn't even give me the edge of the candle on most trades, most of the time, especially with the ATRs and the volume that we've been seeing. But as you'll notice, pretty comparable in terms of stop loss. Take profit, you're set to a little bit better than 1-to-1, a little bit better than 2-to-1, a little bit better than 3-to-1, right? You got your profit targets and triggers. really, if the market spikes huge, this is awesome, right? But if it doesn't spike far away and really extend and get that full-bodied extension, this gets hit quite often. So I think it's important for brokers that have that trailing drawdown. We all know that's the pain in the butt to get past. It's still my unicorn right now in terms of Apex, by all means, but this is going to help a little bit. And then, of course, last but not least, we've got our trailing stop settings, our stop loss. Remember, profit trigger is meaning, hey, a little bit better than 10 points, I'm locking. 3 points away, every 3 points we move up. You'll notice that these ones are a little bit slower on purpose. Again, hoping to catch the bigger picture of the move. So that's my 25-point stop loss with 3 partials. You'll notice that my 30-point stop loss with 4 partials is just 1 extra target, right? Not by a whole bunch. Notice how I really inserted that extra target here, more or less, versus on the tail end. Because let's be honest, we don't always get these 500-point moves. And even if we did, on 4 contracts, you probably don't have the room to make that much in a day if you're using any of the consistency rules, or unless you've already built up an extreme buffer. Like once you're in the payout phase on most of these brokers, it's just not the best place to be. So those are the settings that I'm using to do what I am doing. And you can do the same thing. I do have one set to a 1-to-1 with a 50-point stop. And this is 1-to-1 or better, right? So stop loss is at 200, take profit is at 2-to-1. Profit target, for some reason it's not on screen. Oh, there she is. I was like, it is there. It's kind of grayed out, which is weird. Huh. Let me try to pull that back up because you can't see it. One more time. Yeah, I was going to say it is there. I promise it's there. But literally at 1-to-1, I start trailing. So hoping to catch a bigger pop. I have this setting just to kind of, if I need the one contract or if I need the room and I'm trying to, let's say the market's moving really huge, but I don't want to take the trade without having some management, it just gives me that plenty of room to kind of set it up. I often don't use that full 50 points. I will drag it up to like the edge of the body candle that I want to close, or kind of want to be using as my, hey, this is no longer valid. That should answer all those questions, but just so you guys can see, if you entered in, I entered in somewhere a little bit better than this wick, kind of as we were breaking down, so figure 719, 720s, all the way down into here, that's 620s. 2 of those trails got hit, the third one doesn't hit full target, but that last trail gets hit. So that's one perfect trade done in, what is that, 4 minutes. By the time this is our first 5-minute closes here, okay, and we're extending, you can catch this move and you're riding it all the way up into here and you're done on the day. So I was done with all of my trades by the time I got to here, with the exception of the account I flipped, which of course I used that later afternoon kind of buy up to do so. But all pretty simple, all pretty self-explanatory. These are a couple of funded accounts I've got with funding ticks. Again, check them out. I love that there's no buffer. I love the easy payout. It does freeze up the account for a couple of days. That sucks. But in general, you submit the request, you get a payout within 2 days. They say 1 to 3 days, but took 2 days and poof, done. Do it again, do it again, do it again. It's kind of cool. So that's where we're at. Smooth, very, very smooth trading. We actually called this level. We called this area when we made our Thursday review yesterday. But I think I'm going to have to rethink how I'm going about that video, because where we're calling those levels, they're getting hit on Friday before the video even gets posted. So we'll think it through and give it some thought. But hopefully this video helps you. I hope you guys all have a beautiful, beautiful trading week. Remember, less is more. I just made a video the other day on it doesn't take much. I'm getting a lot better at just being content with that couple $100, think 300, 400, 500, doing my best to let wins and losses fall wherever they fall, and then seeing, where we land from there. Most of these firms, you need the days anyways more than you need the dollars. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care and God bless.